Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Hyrulecraft Weekly episode number 6. My name is Benny Gerard. I am your host on this wonderful March 23rd, 2012. And joining me via Skype, returning from his long overdue absence, is Kevin O'Rourke. How you doing, buddy? Kevin. Kevin's missing. I should probably unmute myself while I'm talking to you, huh?
Probably.
I'm sitting here doing my opening rant, and I completely forgot to unmute me on Skype. So
all good.
It's all good. Anyways, Kevin, good show. Good show tonight. First thing we're going to talk about is the lovely Shadow Temple. For anybody who's been watching Hyrulecraft Live has been seeing us working on Shadow Temple. We're actually getting it in place. So if you come down here into the graveyard, you see this really long tunnel. Kevin, lead the way. We're going to go on an adventure.
Sounds like fun.
A really dark tunnel. I did put lighting down here, didn't I? Oh, yep, we got skylighting. It's all good. We keep walking, and we're just going to fly right over that. For people who have seen this before, have seen it kind of in sections. It was kind of separated, and it was off in some distant area. I finally got it imported into the map, pieced together, and we worked on some additional areas. You're running the wrong way. No, I'll follow this way first.
Whatever.
We'll show off this first. And the first rooms you go into where you get the dungeon map and the hover boots. Something I realized about this dungeon, you get the item really early. And you just kind of navigate your way through here. Nevertheless, this is one of my favorite dungeons, just because the boss battle in it is so much fun.
Bongo bongo.
Bongo bongo.
It was actually the first dungeon I ever played in Zelda. I was really scared.
First time I came here, I couldn't finish it. I had to have my cousin do it because I knew nothing. Like, I came here and I'm like, what do I do? Because I didn't have the lens of truth at the time.
Oh boy.
But yeah. Before this wasn't pieced together, we've got the connecting hallways done. We have this. I'm really excited because I think this drop down here is going to work out just fine if we do everything else to scale. But you come to these back rooms, not quite finished, but we do have the basics of it connected. You come down here, you come to the part where you drop down, and we keep moving. Yeah, we've been busy. This is to make up for last week's show.
I lost you.
I moved on in the temple.
This is big.
The place is confusing too. You can get lost. I'm gonna see if I can find you. There you are, behind you.
I'm looking at the moon.
I'm looking at you. Oh, hi there, moon.
See?
Just kind of peeking in there. It's like, oh, hi there.
Moon lighting. He's like, oh, hello, can I come in?
It's very nice. The temple you got there. I'm just gonna crash on top of it. Alrighty, we head down this. I'm moving too fast. Moving my camera too fast. And we'll plop down.
I don't
Boop.
remember this.
You don't remember this?
No, I don't.
There's a lot of scutullas around here. They come
I don't
like they
remember
pop
that
out of nowhere and they just drop down and they suck.
I don't remember this.
This part, there are actually little giant blades that come up and down and try
Little
to cut
giant blades?
little giant blades. Like they're guillotine blades, and they just go up and down to try to hurt you, and
then you could fall into the rest of the level where
fall,
there's redstone.
Yeah, fall into blackness. We don't have the blackness done. We're still working on this big cavern because eventually you come to this platform, and then you get over here, and then you go to the rest of the temple in that direction, which is going to turn out just nicely. And then we have the final room here, which is the I want to say the spinning guy, but I can't remember now.
And then the drop into the abyss.
Another drop into the abyss. We do that a lot. Drop things into the abyss.
There's diamond down there.
There's diamond everywhere. There's a lot of iron and glowstone and stone, and gravel and dirt. There's a lot of dirt. Moving onward. Second project we've been working on. Warp. Desert. Poof. Yeah. This is a work in progress. I spent a couple hours working on this yesterday. And
This was that big pit I was talking about. This thing.
oh, this thing, yeah, this is here. You weren't sure if it was there or not. And
No,
this
I
is
don't. No, I knew that. I just didn't know what this was.
hmm.
This is like the color of like vomit.
I don't know. I'm. I mean, the flying magic carpet is a brown color, and I'm like, just brown
Is a
wool.
flying magic carpet?
Yeah, there's a guy over here that's on a magic carpet, and he sells you stuff.
I do
He
not
sells you
remember.
like bomb chew or something. I don't remember. But the rest of this is very hard to gauge, just because I had to look at the map. I had to look at the direction where the next flag is. I had to run to the next flag and count basically how long am I running, and then I run in Minecraft for that same duration. It's usually 3 or 4 seconds between each flag. And it looks simple now, but try doing it in game when there's a bunch of sand all over the
Yeah, the
place.
giant sandstorm is just like it's too
Oh my, it
much.
is ridiculous.
And now this area is the.
Hmm. But looking
I
at
don't
our
remember.
awesome map, we're almost off the map. We come over here and I'm off the map. But the path of the Poe, you put on your lens of truth, and you follow the Poe through the desert. You come north a little bit, and then he turns, and then he comes through here. He like turns around, and then he weaves around in this region around here.
And then you end up in the Zelda NES maps.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
And then the PvP areas.
because that totally makes sense. In Zelda logic, it makes perfect sense. But yeah. Next step would be to finish. We'll finish the desert region and then getting the desert Colossus built, which is going to be quite a challenge because I don't know how we're going to 3D build the Colossus itself. I have to wait and see.
It's gonna be big.
If anybody has any suggestions on what to do and how to build the Colossus, if you got any cool ideas, all you have to do is throw me an email over at benneg@gengame.net. I do read your suggestions and I get around to maybe implementing a few. Last time I asked for advice, especially with Kevin's NES maps, I'm taking a few into account. One guy, I can't remember his name. I should have looked that up before I started. And he said to stack them all on top of each other. And I was thinking of something similar to that before, so I want to give him, I guess, kind of credit. I can't remember his name, but.
Yeah, it's tough to do that because you get
Mm-hmm.
this like the moon map, which is not that huge, and then you get like Death Mountain, and Death Mountain is
The
huge.
Death Mountain dungeon, yeah.
And I think that if you stacked all 16 maps on top of each other, I mean, they'd be very tall.
Mm-hmm. I think I can make it work. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of planning to do it, but yeah. But it is something I am considering because I think it would really be really cool to do. Is there supposed to be sand in this room? Yes, there is. I remember now. Some of these rooms have sand in them.
Pretty sure I got them right.
You made some adjustments. I didn't realize you did that. You added different blocks for doors and such.
Yeah, I had to fix the doors because when I when we updated to 1.1, they
Hmm.
fixed the door thing.
They
So what it
fixed the
did
door bug
is,
and it broke all your doors.
yeah, it
As
pretty
much
much
sense as
broke
it
all my
made.
doors.
But yeah.
So I had to go through like the first 5 or so dungeons and fix the doors.
Hmm. But another reason we're bringing up Kevin's map is that he was. We want to give a big hand. I can't really clap on stream right now. I'm kind of controlling things. But congrats to Kevin. Your video. You made a nice little video on YouTube.
Yes, I did.
You got spotlighted over at Zelda Dungeon. We want to thank them for putting that on our website. But to answer one question, this is not a swastika. Kevin, what is this?
No, it is a manji.
A manji. The swastika points the other way, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
A lot of people mentioned that in the video. I don't want to say complained about it or said, "Why did you build a swastika?"
It's like one, it's not a swastika, and two, it was in Zelda. That's
Yep.
kind of why we did a rebuild.
Some people didn't realize that it was literally the Zelda dungeons from the Nintendo in
Mhm.
Minecraft. Like it's pretty cut and dry. But the manji was actually a symbol of good luck, I think. I don't know if it was for good luck or something like that. It was used on Chinese currency for a while.
Mhm.
So if you look up the symbol for the manji, it I think it has some relevance in Hinduism as well. I don't claim to be a history expert,
but
but I know that it had
I don't
good
always know everything about
connotations.
history, but when I do, I cite it correctly. But yeah, if you want to see the video that we're talking about, just head over to Kevin's YouTube channel. That is over at I've had it written down. Hawkeye9901. That is his YouTube account. He's got a nice little video on there. It's got a couple thousand hits, so
Yeah, it's like
congratulations on that.
2,400 or so, 2,300.
But we're not counting. No, we're counting.
I don't know how much it is at now.
Because the alpha videos are like 390 something thousand. But no, we're not counting. But yeah, you want to go check that out. It's got some great music over, produced by Hylian Ensemble. We used one of his bits, and he puts out some great music. He made the our show music as well. The nice music you hear at the beginning, that's from him. One more thing we're going to talk about. For fans of some of our other projects that we've put together, more specifically the Mahato Tree. Kevin, what happened to the Mahato Tree?
The Mahato Tree withered and died.
We
With
can,
some
no,
well
no,
edited.
I have a slight problem with this. We can kill off the Mahato Tree, but we can't kill off Jabu Jabu.
Yeah.
And
Well, considering the Mahato Tree was entirely fabricated and fictional.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying that. But yeah, a few people liked our little tree here. We, when I say we, I mean Kevin, thought it just didn't fit,
I don't know.
and he gave
I
it the
feel like
X.
it took away from the experience of the Deku Tree, and I
Hmm.
didn't want to ruin that for Zelda fans. And also, it took up too much. Like, if you look over this area of the map, the parts where there's like ugly coal ore and dirt and other stuff, this whole area was the Cranog, and it
Most parts of it,
extended this
yeah.
lake much further, or this river rather, and it was a large waste of space.
Hmm.
And if the desert needs to extend, we now have room to do that.
Yeah, because that's something I hadn't considered. I thought we had enough room when I was building the desert. I'm like, we have some deserty zones. We're gonna have PvP zones and an oasis. And I'm like, it's all gonna fit somehow.
But
But
it won't.
looking at this now, I hadn't thought about this before. So looking at it now, I do see why you did that. So good thinking on your part. This is really gonna help us expand the desert and make this into a
Yeah.
really. I mean, even transitioning from desert into swampy area is gonna be really interesting in how we try to pull that off.
Additionally, this is sort of signs of things to come.
Yeah.
It'll get there eventually.
But
Something will.
so what
Gives
is
the
that?
players a reason
Go
to
on
come.
and explain what's that supposed to be then.
A area within a tree where you could eventually go somewhere.
And where are we going, Kevin?
Underground, possibly the Nether,
Who knows?
something.
Something. There's something underneath the surface, and we don't know what.
Which could have been an ancient civilization that was covered by overgrown trees, or some kind of Hylian architecture, not texture, that
Hylian
was long
tomb,
covered up.
Hylian treasure vault, something.
Something. Hylian buried city. Something. Could be something.
But yeah,
Or it could
updates
just
to
be a
the
tree.
Chronog. Or it could be a tree, yeah. A giant tree with an underground dungeon thing, because that's totally original.
course.
But I kid.
So yeah, the Mahato tree is going.
But making that transition, especially looking at the Oasis now, I think that's really going to help because the Oasis has this vegetation that could kind of be spurred from the swamp area, but attaching that to the
I mean, it
desert,
could very well go into the swamp area.
that too.
I don't know if we want to do that yet.
But yeah, we're always thinking ahead because we have all this extra stuff that we built, but we want to make it go somewhere. We want it to do something. And when people, play around in Hyrulecraft and experience the server when it's done, everything has to make sense. We don't want regions of stuff just be empty and be like, well, what's this for? Well, nothing. It's just empty. We want to put things in places. We want people to go there and explore and experience it.
Additionally, from the lake right over here by the lab,
And I'm flying away
if
from
you look at the Cranog area, it makes more sense. Like when you're in game, you can actually see a slight mountain or hill over here.
Mm-hmm.
which makes more sense. And with the Mahaku tree and everything else in here, it was way too tall.
Originally, we had just a giant mountain here. I was just gonna leave it, but nope.
Nope.
We demoed that. I thought I changed the roof on
I don't
the
know. The
lab.
giant mountain just didn't make sense.
There's
It was
something
too
else we
big.
did, and I can't remember what it was. Anyways, but yeah, Oasis Desert PvP arena. Do we have the other one around the map somewhere?
Which one?
The other desert PvP arena we made. Like we have two. The one that
It's
you did, and then
it's
the one that you did.
somewhere by the magma pools. I want to say by the castle.
I want to say it's up north somewhere, but
I'm gonna guess somewhere.
anyways, but yeah, we have two desert arena stuff and an oasis. Maybe something just completely underground we're gonna fabricate. We don't know yet, but it's gonna look awesome. I just want to make a quick shout out though to one of our friends in chat, David Firefreak. He's asking us a question live. If you watch us live, you get to do stuff like this, like ask us questions. He wants to say, are you guys gonna be using the new colorings and new sandstones? Yes. As soon as
New sandstone?
there's new sandstone text or new sandstone blocks with like hieroglyphics on them for
Really?
1.2.4. But
Ooh.
Majora's Craft isn't updated to 1.2.4, and neither is Bucket. So we're not going to see any of that until maybe next Friday or next week, next episode of Hyrulecraft.
Okay, yeah, because we also need to wait for the textures to include the new stone brick blocks.
You don't have the new update?
No,
They've been updated. He used the
have they?
hookshot blocks for those.
Oh, okay.
So
'Cause
you're
for me,
looking
it
at the
just
pink
shows
ones right now,
it just
aren't
shows
you?
21.
Yeah, okay. That's the default. Like when there's nothing on there, it just shows the block number or something. Or it's
Okay,
like a reference picture. But
then update that.
yeah, he updated it to a hookshot block, and which looks pretty cool. So, no complaints. But yeah, there's that to look forward to. I plan to use a lot of that maybe in Spirit Temple, just to give it a really,
Different feel.
really kind of like the deserty vibe that you get from Spirit Temple when you're supposed to be playing there. I'm gonna give one an aerial shot of something. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Haunted Wasteland, additions to the Cranog, Spirit or Shadow Temple. Spirit Temple will be saved for last, just because that is my favorite dungeon. I said Shadow Temple is my favorite. Spirit Temple
The
is
outside
my
is huge too.
favorite looking one. The outside is huge, and it's gonna be a giant project, and it's gonna take probably a couple weeks just to get it done. But we're saving that for last because it's just a big finale. So
When you think about it, we're getting pretty close to finishing.
we are. We gotta do parts of Water Temple. We have to do Fire Temple still.
Fire Temple, Dodong. Maybe we're not as close as I thought. So we have Fire Temple,
No, we've got
Dodongo's
about
Cavern.
halfway done. I say, because Forest Temple is already done.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true. Ice Caverns are in.
Deku Tree's done. Ice Cavern's done.
Degatree's not 100%, is he?
For the most part, yeah, except the boss chamber. But everything's good.
So we're getting there.
But yeah, that's all that nice stuff to look forward to. My schedule's been locked in place. I know we haven't really done a lot of Hyrocraft Weekly lately, but that's partially my fault because we haven't been working on a lot of stuff.
Schedules haven't been aligned perfectly.
But they are soon. Mine is. I don't know about yours.
I don't know what mine's going to be for the next few weeks.
We'll work something out. As always, you can follow me on Twitter. Let's see if I can find my buttons again. You can follow me on Twitter at NightPhoenix16, NIGHTPHOENIX16. I tweet whenever I go live with Hyrocraft and Hyrocraft Weekly for all the different Hyrocraft stuff and other things I do while streaming. Email me all questions and comments and tell me what you think of the stuff we've been working on. BennyG@GenGAME.net. Kevin, where can I follow you on Twitter?
You could follow me at Shabazzle on Twitter,
The Shabazzle Dazzle.
where I sometimes go rogue and talk about things that Benny doesn't want me to about Hyrulecraft.
So yeah, spoiler alert, Kevin's Twitter. Go there. You can also visit the show page. We send all recordings to blip.tv/Hyrulecraft. Blip's got this great feature because if you have a Facebook account or something of the like, you can subscribe to our page on Blip, and you get notifications whenever we update the show. So go ahead and subscribe. or you can look at the show page over at gengame.net/Hyrulecraft, and all of our fun stuff at gengame.net. My name's Benny Gerard. I am the host, co-hosted by Kevin, who's finally back for now.
About time.
About darn time. It's hard to get a hold of you sometimes. Thank you everyone for
Happens.
watching. Have a good night.